What about this obsession with Ram and this frenzy over the Ram temple, which of course now is going to be inaugurated? Where do you find this? Isn't it then misplaced?
I don't know, I wouldn't use those words, they're very strong words, obsession, frenzy, all this. Because if somebody has to be an inspiration after 7,000–8,000 years, there must be some element there. Not for one or two people. For millions and millions of people, if someone has to be an inspiration after thousands of years, there must be something. If we don't see that something, then we will say it's an obsession, it is this, that. But let me come to this. And anyway, coming to that Ram temple, so Ram had a series of problems during his life. Even after thousands of years, he still has real estate issues. His real estate is not settled after thousands of years. So people who love him want to settle that real estate. I think it's settled, Supreme Court has settled it. So they want to build a temple. It is devotion. Why should it be termed as frenzy and obsession?
Is it, let me use another word which again you will say is strong, isn't it divisive?
Why is it divisive?
Because it cuts across two communities.
Really?
It's been a bloody tale, and by bloody I mean a tale of blood, a tale of killings, a tale of riots.
What's happened in the last 800 years is the bloodiest tale that's ever happened in any part of the world ever. What happened to the Jews with Adolf Hitler? What happened to Native Americans with North America? What happened in Cambodia? All these things are nothing compared to what happened in India in these 800 years. And if you don't think that is bloody, and there is no any kind of remorse in people who committed those things, then just people want a small piece of real estate back for their astha, and that is divisive. Why is it divisive?
I mark that you're using the word real estate and not temple. Is that deliberate?
It is real estate. But temple is built by devotees' hearts. The land is just real estate. But it's sacred for them because it is identified as a birthplace, and obviously there's no question mark whether there was a temple or not. It is not one temple. Thousands of temples were raised because that's a policy that it must be raised, and it will be raised in future also. If we don't protect it, it will be raised in future also. Even now in Pakistan, Bangladesh is happening. Why should it be divisive? Why can't everybody settle down to whatever nonsense they believe in and do their stuff? I can live without any belief system, but maybe people need some belief systems, so they have their beliefs. But how come I think my belief is right and yours is wrong and you must die just for believing whatever I don't believe? If you don't address that and you say all these words, it's just… what is this? Where does this come from?
You spoke about the past, you spoke about past wars. Do two wrongs make a right?
See, there are no two wrongs. It's just a request. These three icons, Shiva, Rama, Krishna, thousands have been… temples have been demolished. Nobody is asking because it's impossible to refix the history, and nobody thinks it can be… we can refix the history, nor is anybody interested. These three icons, where their, their basic presence was, these three iconic places they're asking for, why can't it be just offered without a fight? Where is a fight? And nobody is fighting, they're only going to the court. Court is not a fight, it's a legal process. Why are you calling legal process a fight?
You have never prayed in your life or gone to a temple, or have you gone and when did you stop going? And have you read the scriptures?
I've definitely not read the scriptures. I'm not a temple-going person. I've built temples, but I don't go there. If I go to a temple, if there is… see, our temples are not places of prayer. This is something that people have completely missed. Probably in the north, it's completely gone. In southern India, still the instructions are there. Here the instructions are, in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, if you go to your temple, nobody told you must pray, you must appeal to the god and this and that. If you go there, you must sit quietly in one place, because these are different types of energies. Consecrations are of different types. Each deity is consecrated in a certain way to open certain dimensions of your life. So you are supposed to sit there and imbibe that. Even in North, they only told you to have darshan, not have appeal, isn't it? Darshan means, because it's an energetic form, you take that impression into your mind and your heart. This will transform you. Because it's an energetic form, the physical form is just like a scaffolding. It is there, it is necessary for the visual apparatus, but it's the energetic form, you're supposed to imbibe it. Because in this civilization that you refer to as Hindu right now, which unfortunately has been so badly distorted, or let's say probably more appropriate word would be Sanatan, but that also has become a bad word today. Sanatan means eternal. So in this culture, nothing can be eternal unless it's all-inclusive. In this culture, there is no such thing as prayer. In this culture, there is darshan. In this culture, the aspiration is not to go to heaven and sit with God. In this culture, the aspiration is to become divine. The aspiration is to become divine, because what we consider as divine is something that's risen above what we normally think is human action-reaction kind of life. See, for example, many people, even in newspapers it's being written, Tendulkar is cricketing God. Because in people's mind, at least during his time, it's still so, whatever we thought was humanly possible, he rose beyond that, just hitting a damn ball, that's all.
People say Sadhguru is God, your followers say Sadhguru is God.
No, nobody says that. They put me to work every day. So, when they say he is God, they're not saying he lives in heaven or some nonsense. They are saying he's risen above what we think is human ceiling. He's risen above that. This is how we worshipped Rama, Krishna, everybody. They rose beyond their limitations, no matter what life throws at them. Even in a battlefield, they're cool. Even in a battlefield, he's joking. So we bow down to him when everybody is terrified of life and death. Somebody is above that, means we'll bow down to him. Even now, suppose in Indian army, there is one major or one colonel or somebody, even in bullets are flying, he's just cool. Everybody will worship him because he's risen in some way. So in this culture, we are not wanting to go to God, we want to become that. But our idea is not the God. We see everything as God. We'll bow down to a tree, we'll bow down to a cow, we'll bow down to a snake, we'll bow down to a rock, man, woman, child, anything. Because no piece of life is happening without the source of creation throbbing in it. If you recognize it, you bow down. If you don't, you don't.
sukadham maranam karunam milanam maduram smaranam karunam kalavashadiha sakalam karunam samayadipate akilam karunam.
Every day, the period from 6:20 to 6:30 p.m. is an opportunity to experience Sadhguru's presence and establish a special contact with him. You can experience Sadhguru's presence during this period at your local time, irrespective of your physical location. The presence time also involves the Brahmananda Swarupa chant, a consecrated sound.
Here, the Yoga Center, we invested a certain amount of energy, a phenomenal amount of energy, that even if you're like a stone, we can shake your spine a little bit. We can have you reverberating, no matter who you are. If with little willingness if you come. If you come with unwillingness, we are willing to work with you. So we invested energies, and particularly for those of you who are little resembling rocks, I'm not saying rocks in a negative way, you know you're rock. That's not negative. You rock. It's just grammatically wrong, so I'm saying you are like a rock. Even if you are like a rock, well, we set up times of the day. Morning, evening, we set up times, because many of you don't see a morning in your life. I'm not talking to those people who live here, we make sure they see the morning. Those of you who come from other places and those of you who are on the live stream, if you have not seen a sunrise, I don't want to disturb your lifestyle. So evening, 6:20, we have set a time. At that particular time, there is a certain concentration of energy. Particularly if you've been initiated, it'll be very strong. Even otherwise, if you use some kind of thought, emotion, image to get connected to this space, we can see that that particular time works for you as a strong presence. So, between 6:20 and 6:40, these 20 minutes, all this costs life. We've invested a certain amount of, certain dimension of energy. Whatever time zones you are, your local time 6:20, morning or evening, you couldn't become available to this. We will spend a few minutes in this presence, keep your hands open, eyes closed, slightly upturned face. Kannu moodi ukkaandu konjam mukkam mel mukkama vechi kannu moodi ukkaandukalam. மனிதனா இருந்தாலும் கொஞ்சம், அதுக்கு கம்மியா இருந்தாலும் பண்ணிக்கலாம். என்னத்துக்கு என்ன, கொஞ்சம் பேர் அந்த சின்ன செடி மேலே ஏற உட்காந்துக்கிறாங்க, அவருக்கெல்லாம் சொல்றேன் நான். கண்ணு மூடி உட்காந்துக்கலாமே, கொஞ்சம் பரிமாண செயல் நடந்துடும். Say this after me very gently, மெதுவா கொஞ்சம். என் பின்ன சொல்லலாம், என் கூட வேண்டாம், என் பின்ன சொல்லுங்க. பிரம்மானந்த ஸ்வரூபா ஈஷா ஜகதீஷா अखिलानंद स्वरूपा ईशा महेशा ब्रह्मानंद स्वरूपा ईशा जगदीशा 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 Akhilanandasvarupa Isha Mahesha Brahmananda Swarupa Isha Jagadisha Akhilananda Swarupa 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 Isha Mahesha Brahmananda Swarupa Isha Jagadisha Akhilananda
Akhilanandaswarupa Isha Mahesha Brahmanandaswarupa Isha Jagadisha Akhilanandaswarupa Mahesha.
Keep your hands open, sit with a slightly upturned face, eyes closed. Shivanage bandhana Yogeshwara Shivanage bandhana Bhuteshwara Shivanage bandhana
Lingeshwara Shivanagi Bandhana Jagadishwara Bandhano Madheva Baharupiya Kandano Kandhano Ijiviya Kandhano Kandhano Ijiviya Yanjiva Veundhano Shivarupiya Tandhano Tandhano Gnanamrita Tandhano Tandhano Gnanamrita Tandhano Tandhano Gnanamrita. Take your own time. Take your own time. Slowly, very, very slowly. Open your eyes.
Ram is over 6,000 years ago. What he did, what he did not do, lot of dissection happens in South India about him. North India doesn't dissect him, they just worship him. Southern India dissects him a little bit. But an icon of 6,000 years old who has inspired people towards righteousness, towards truthfulness, towards being compassionate to each other for generations, thousands of generations. You should not disturb that icon. Doesn't matter historically what is right, what is wrong, because nobody really knows for sure. It's only this general story everybody knows, where he went, what happened, what are the events of his life. What he did, why he did, you cannot dissect that, you're not his psychiatrist. Somebody, I was in some Youth and Truth event, they're saying he was insecure. I said, you're not his psychiatrist or something. 6,000 years ago, whether man was secure or insecure, how do you know? This is rubbish. But he's an icon who has inspired millions and millions of people across generations. You should not disturb that because humanity needs those icons. You can take up Ram, you can take up Krishna, you can take up Jesus, you can take up Buddha and find faults with them and today tinker with them. See, he did this was not okay, that was not okay, he was racist, he was this, he was that. This is rubbish. This is all relevant to people who are here now. 6,000 years ago, you want to judge him now? No, he is serving humanity as an icon. That icon should not be disturbed. What is he an icon for? He's an icon of stability, not impetus action. When action is needed, he is very decisive, but never reacts to anything, he is conscious action. Even if it's war, he will do war. Surrender, he will do surrender. Give up his kingdom, he'll do give up his kingdom. But everything consciously in a balanced way. This is what we are worshipping him for, because he has a freedom of going through the drama of life, extreme drama in his life. But he goes through the drama effortlessly. He goes through the drama without reacting.
He goes through the drama without any sense of angst or anger against anybody. When he kills Ravana, who stole his wife and causing havoc, he comes and repents for his death, that I had to do this. This is a kind of man, you don't disturb him. Well, at least that's a story, don't disturb the story. Geographically, was he born in Ayodhya? Yes. Was he born in this point? Come on, do you know in which point you were born? Hello? Forget about a man 6,000 years ago, you are still living. Do you know exactly at which spot your mother delivered you? I'm asking, does anybody know? No, so it's a ridiculous argument. Now Babur. Babur is the third generation after Genghis Khan. This Mongol empire, Mongols, slowly the word Mongol became Mughal in India, it's Mongol. This Mongol empire expansion for a period of 90 years to 100 years killed over 40 million people. 40 million people. Of those times, it was nearly 10% of the world's population. Understand? 10% of the world's population, they killed not with a nuclear bomb, with swords, very energetic people. I'm saying it takes a lot of activity to kill 10% of the world's population, isn't it? Just with swords and spears. So wherever Genghis Khan went, he made a rule. All the males, wherever he conquered, all the males who were above the height of a cartwheel, those days the height of a cartwheel, which went with the armies, was always about 38 to 39 inches, about that much. Anybody who is above that height was killed. And then it is a practice of the Mongols to pile up all the severed heads into a big mountain. So the women were taken as slaves to service the soldiers, or they were sold in various markets across Middle East, Europe, everywhere they were sold. So they spread like this. After Genghis Khan came Taimur-Lang. Taimur-Lang bore Babur. Taimur-Lang came right up till Delhi, his empire. Then Babur came. Taimur-Lang is supposed to have killed 17 million people. In the cruelest possible way. What happened to the men is compassion. What happened to the women is another matter. I don't want to go into the descriptions. It is most terrible things happened to them. When Babur came, this is also the time of Guru Nanak. Guru Nanak, a very totally peaceful, non-reactive kind of human being, a realized being, said, a messenger of death has come. And in Guru Nanak's own words, it is said, I'm paraphrasing, he said, he killed thousands of men wherever he went. In any town he went, kill all the men, burn the town down, capture the women and children. Women were brutally raped always in public because it's not just a rape, it is a lesson for everybody. And in thousands, Babur sold the Hindu woman in the markets of Kandahar and Kabul in thousands. Fortunately, he lived only for 4 years in India. He died. So the legacy of Babur should be erased from this country in every way. Above all, nobody should ever identify the present generation of Muslims with Babur, because the atrocities that He did not commit atrocity, he is an atrocity. Genghis Khan was not killing for religion, it's just power and conquest. Timur Lang, also largely conquest, slightly a religious tinge came. But Babur used the religious connotation very strongly and it gave him more power to kill because he thought he was doing jihad. Many times he ransacked Muslim towns also, Muslim populations also he killed. So he used religion very conveniently, according to his convenience. So him building mosques is not out of piety, not out of devotion, not for prayer. It is also an establishment of power. Whether it's a Hindu temple or a Jain temple, everything he broke. One prominent Jain temple he destroyed because in the cave what they had carved, the figures were naked, so he made sure the entire thing is destroyed. So this man and his legacy should be forgotten. Nobody should identify themselves with that because that is not going to lead to a good future. And nobody should do the crime of identifying present-day Muslims with this man because he is not a devout Muslim by any standards. He is not a devotee of any kind. He is a tyrant of the worst kind who very powerfully used the name of religion to impact wherever he went. It gave him a new level of authority which Genghis Khan did not have because they did not use religion for conquest. So, these atrocities have happened. We should not forget these things. We must remember, but we should not be bitter about these things. We must remember to ensure such things don't happen once again anywhere in the world. But if we create bitterness out of history, then knowingly or unknowingly, we are prone to commit similar atrocities once again. We think a reaction is good. No, a reaction is not any better than dastardly action. It's the same thing. So, Babur's legacy must go. Ram, don't see him as a religious person because he never said, I'm a Hindu. Hello? Did he ever say, I'm a Hindu? He represents this culture as an icon of stability, balance, peacefulness, justice. Wherever he went, he always looked at it, how to give justice to the people. In giving justice to the people that he administered, he put himself through extreme levels of suffering and hardship for himself. This is a man that you need. I want both the Hindus and the Muslims to remember, Ram never claimed he is a Hindu, but today he is an icon in this country. Everybody should look up to such an icon because he is exuding the right kind of qualities, not because he is a Hindu, not because he is this or that, because he is exuding the right kind of qualities which are necessary to build great civilizations in this world. And in many ways, the time of Rama became a kind of a fulcrum to build this civilization in the 6,000 years. This is why even during the freedom struggle, Mahatma Gandhi went on referring to Ram Rajya, the best administered and a just, absolutely just state means Ram Rajya. Even today, when we say Ram Rajya, we mean to say a very just and fair state, not an exploitative state, not a tyrannical state. And that's what we want to make out of India, that it's a just and fair state to everybody who lives here, not a tyrannical state. So for that you need Ram.